Hi, this is Rich B and AZ. Got another little project on a brand new car after our Corolla was wiped out by a truck. The dash cam on that car provided some crucial evidence that it was in fact the truck driver's fault. We were doing nothing wrong, so he was cited 100%. So I think this kind of thing is worth having. So this one has two cameras. It's got one that goes in the rear, one in the front. So it says read before installation. So as I'm reading it, it says, hey, test it. Oh, what a good idea. So I'm going to set it up for testing on the computer. I did download the user manual on the computer so that I can actually read it. Of course, it's micro printing, so it's really hard for me to read. Looks like we've got all the components, except I have no idea what this windshield static sticker does. They're in there, don't know what it does. I already have a 64 gig memory card, which I know is pretty good. It's a good quality one. So you put it in this side up, it goes in the slot, and then you just push it in with your... And there's a very slight click, and it's in. Okay, so I plugged it in through the GPS unit on the top, and as soon as it powers up, it says, oh, do you want to format it? Okay, yeah, sure. Oh, I guess I have to do the action button, which is this one. Okay, so while it's beeping at you, you press this left button and you can get into the menu and you can start going through things to do the setup. So you get different resolutions on here. There's a lot to pick from. I think I'm going to go with this one, this 1920 by 1080. It's a little lower res, but at 60 frames per second it'll probably be less blurry, my guess. Don't know. So I'm looking at the manual. Here's all the resolution settings over here. There's the bit rate down here, loop recording, all the other stuff I'm going to try and set up. So I'm going through the manual now, just trying to figure it out. Well, I went through the whole menu. There are a lot of options, there really are. Oh look, there I am, right in the rear camera. And the front camera is obviously working, because it's doing a picture-in-picture. So I think everything is working for now. I think it's time to do the installation. Alright, so the plan is to put the dash cam right there. Now the windshield is a little curved, so it rocks a bit. But I think that's going to be a good position. Get the lens below the black bit. So I think we've got enough cable there. I'm using this bodge tool and my fingers to help push the cable into this gap right by the headliner. And then I started the bodge tool in over here and worked it around so I can lift up corners and things. Because you can see I've got it in here, and I've got the tool in here to kind of open up this gap now. I actually have to run two wires through here because I want the reversing camera to go through here too. Okay, as you can see, I got it around the corner. I was actually using this tool to push the cable down because there is an overlap between the headliner and this, so I've got that pushed down so it comes out kind of low. A little bit hard down here trying to get this kick panel off. You do have to pull the seal out, and I also pulled off the bottom wiring cover, door sill, whatever you want to call it. And I think I can sneak this cable through here now, and I'm going to leave this all off so I can get the rear camera one in. I think I will route it along the bottom. Okay, so I'm slowly working my way over underneath the dashboard. I've got a panel off at the back, and I'm going to use this mirror to put it up on the steel piece, or on the plastic next to that steel piece there. There's a clip I can put on from the kit, and then there's another one on the other side over there. Okay, so there's the one clip, and there's another clip over this side right there. I'm going to route the wire through that. Okay, so I've got it all all the excess looped up. I've got a clip here, another clip up here. I'm going to see if I can trap this behind this fan cover, which I'm going to put on next. This thing is the fan cover. It kind of hooks on the front edge. That thing goes up first and hooks in, and then there's a couple of snaps in the back that clip up. So hopefully I can get that trapped in there. Okay, so that's not so bad. I've got it clipped up there from the 12 volt running down, and then it's hidden behind everything, up here, and then there's nothing to see until you get to the wire where it comes out. So that'll do. Alright, so I'm routing the rear cable along this groove here. I've got a metal snake tool that I've taped the end of it to, so hopefully I can pull it through all this lot without having to take that panel off. I've got this cover off here, so let's see if I can actually start pulling this through. I'll have to work it a bit from both sides. Yeah, there wasn't enough room to get it through that nylon bit, so I did manage to undo it. You can see how it works. There's a little tab here that you have to open up with a screwdriver and then sort of lever this bit out. That's got the one-way fit. And here it is out the back. Where the back door is. It came through the rest very easily. It just slid through. That one point was the choke point for it. So now I've got to figure out how to get to the back of the car. Yay! I'm going to rebuild the front end, at least this kick plate. These parts of the kick plate actually hang over this door rib here, so you've got to have the seal out. So one, you can take that off, and two, put it back on. And then way up here, up there, there's one of those plastic rivets that's got to go in. Forgot to mention that when I was taking it out. This green one goes in. Yeah, one of those holes. Alright, so that's back on. So what we've got to do is get the door seal back on. Push it in all the way up. That bit is in. So the kick piece that goes here has got 1, 2, 3, 4 clips, some standoffs, and one of the things I made sure I did was move the wire away from these holes where the clips are going to go. So once it's lined up and it's on, yep, that is how it went. Okay, so pulling the seal out, looks like there's a nice big gap. I can run the wire up and pull the seal off up here. Found a nice green coloured pop fitting. I could pull off. Sorry, bad camera work. Got the cable through, and I'm in the process of getting it behind this one over here, this back pillar. So I did peel the seal up here, and I noticed there's got this black tar stuff. Yuck. Managed to get it all over myself and all over this. I'm going to have to use some Goo Gone to get it off. Must be because they were leaking water or something. Okay, so it's gradually going in. I'm using the bodge tool just to push it in. We'll get it in there, and then I'm going to bring the camera out along this back edge and stick it up here somewhere. I tried sticking the dash camera on here and it just wouldn't stick. It just fell right off for about a minute. So I'll put it on here temporarily, and yeah, it's stuck. So I guess it's going there. And if I close, I was worried about the cable length, but if I close the door, you can see it does go past and down past the seal, so it's going to be okay. So from the floor upwards, I've got the seal all back in. I actually looped a bit more right by the airbag here. Just looped the extra about a foot. It goes under here, around there. You can see where it's just poking out by the window. Got it going under there, behind that cover, where the wire pops out here and goes up into the camera. And I think that's going to work, at least for now. So that's what it looks like from the inside. It's not too bad. The wire does stick down a little, but there's not a great deal I can do about that. And that should work. Let me know if I get hit in the rear by anybody. And finally, got to put this piece back on. And like the other one, kind of finds its own way into position. There it is. Goes over the seal.